The energetic crisis in America. Energy is an increasingly precious commodity. Between the ominous consequences of climate change and the ever-increasing costs of energy, it's more important than ever to be conscious about how and where we use our energy. In this blog article, you'll read about the current state of America's energy consumption, what's causing it to spike, and how you can prepare for a future in which energy is even more expensive than it already is. The causes of the energy crisis. America faces a crisis in energy. The problem is not limited to renewable energy sources, but the entire energy infrastructure. We need to find a way to use more efficient and sustainable methods of production and consumption. This could mean drastic changes in the way we live our lives, but it's something that needs to be done if we want to avoid a larger crisis down the line. The causes of the energy crisis are complex and multi-layered. There is no one answer that will solve all of America's problems with energy, but there are some key factors that need to be addressed. America's reliance on oil and gas has been growing steadily for decades, despite warnings from experts about the dangers of over-reliance on these fuels. The rise of hydraulic fracturing, fracking, has made oil and gas even more accessible and affordable, despite evidence that it does not always result in safer or more efficient supplies. Meanwhile, electricity generation from coal has declined due to environmental concerns and competition from cleaner forms of energy. The situation is getting worse, not better, as more and more states are facing electricity shortages. What changes have been made to increase energy production? The American energy crisis has been well documented over the past few years. Prices for gasoline, home heating oil, and electricity have all increased dramatically, in some cases by as much as 100%. One possible cause for this is the decline of traditional energy sources like coal and oil. However, there have also been a number of changes made to increase energy production. One change that has had a significant impact on the energy landscape is the advent of hydraulic fracturing, or fracking. Fracking is a relatively new form of drilling that uses high-pressure water, sand, and chemicals to break up shale rock formations deep underground. This allows for the extraction of natural gas, which is then used to generate electricity and heat homes. Another important change has been the development of renewable energy sources like solar and wind. These technologies are becoming increasingly cheaper and more efficient, making them an increasingly viable option for producers and consumers alike. In fact, according to a recent report from the International Renewable Energy Agency, IRENA, renewables will account for almost two-thirds of global energy consumption by 2030. Overall, these changes are likely to have a significant impact on the American energy landscape in the years to come. The effects of the energy crisis on people, ecosystems, and society. The United States is experiencing an energy crisis that is having serious consequences for people, ecosystems, and society. The crisis has been caused by a glut of oil and gas, low prices for oil and gas, and increased production in other countries. This has led to a decrease in the price of oil and gas, which has impacted the economy and the environment. The energy crisis has had a negative impact on the economy. Oil and gas prices have decreased, which has resulted in a decrease in the amount of money that people have available to spend. This has led to a decrease in the number of jobs and an increase in unemployment rates. Additionally, it has resulted in a decrease in the amount of money that businesses can make. This has had a negative impact on the economy as a whole and on individual businesses. The energy crisis has also had a negative impact on the environment. Oil and gas extraction releases harmful chemicals into the air and water, which can harm people and ecosystems. Additionally, oil and gas production causes land to be disturbed, which can lead to habitat loss and species extinction. The energy crisis has led to an increased use of fossil fuels instead of alternatives such as renewables, which has contributed to climate change. The effects of the energy crisis in America. The effects of the energy crisis are far-reaching and affect not only Americans, but people all over the world. Here are just a few examples. The energy crisis has caused a huge increase in the price of gasoline and other fuel products. It has forced businesses to close their doors and put people out of work. It has caused many families to go without heat during the winter months. It has caused health problems, such as respiratory problems and heart disease, because people have to spend more time indoors. It has decreased the amount of electricity that is available for homes and businesses. Thanks for watching. See you on the next episode.